Talk. News Talk 640, WFNC. WFNC. Kenny Hitman McLean, picking music with meaning.
I love that. Abraham, Martin, and John, an old song from Dion, asking, where have they gone and what happened?
Well, we are pleased to have Dr. Quincy Malloy, and first name is Gavin Myrick.
Yes, sir.
They are representatives. I'm bringing all of you up here. Let me see. I guess I can get us all on the screen there. I got you up here twice. I don't know why. So you twice the information that we're going to get from you. Dr. Malloy, you've been here on other occasions. Explain, you're both from Methodist University.
Correct.
What is your position?
Yeah, I serve as the Vice President for Engagement, Community, and Belonging for the institution, which pretty much dives into all of our community engagement activities, but alongside with that, providing initiatives for our students just to engage on campus, off campus, and really find that sense of belonging from our curriculum and studies at Methodist University to provide to our community.
And Gavin Myrick, what is your position? What do you do?
Well, I'm the Director for Student Connections and Outreach, and basically what that is I kind of serve as a liaison with our student body to kind of get them connected through the university, as well as trying to find opportunities for them to get involved in our surrounding community as well.
And there are a lot of opportunities in the coming days, especially. To talk about some of the things that the university is doing, Dr. Malloy, in connection to the King holiday, for example.
Yeah, sure. So for MLK Day, we'll be participating in the brunch. So we are one of the sponsors and just a sponsorship table. We are bringing about 15 to 20 students, along with about 5 to 7 faculty and staff members, maybe a little bit more, and really just trying to get our students in our community, on our campus, exposure to what the city of Fayetteville and Cumberland County is, and what a way to celebrate in a large group setting during MLK's brunch.
Talk about the involvement beyond the walls of the university. Myrick, you I guess you're heavily involved with that. Students are doing things in many cases that most folks don't know that they're involved with.
Yes, sir. And I think that the main thing is getting our students involved in the community so that they are participating in what's going on, not necessarily right on campus and in the classroom, but having an investment in the community that they're currently living in. Because we do have, on-campus students and you get invested into the community, and then therefore you're taking your studies a little bit more serious because you see the effects that you can have on the people that are surrounding your area.
This is not anything that's new to the university. This happens all the time in terms of going beyond the walls of what's happening up there on Ramsey Street.
Yeah, absolutely. Methodist University has always been partnerships in the community. Just very recently, especially from my area, my office, we put some design initiatives in place. A few months ago in the beginning of the semester, we did a full partnership with the United Way of Cumberland County, which gives our students and faculty and staff access to all of the partners to work and do service learning projects, community engagement projects within the community. So we're taking this step forward. We also have a lot of our freshmen and sophomores are taking vocational courses, right? Really trying to find your path and your mission, and something that what we call is beyond the paycheck when you get into your careers. And so kind of matching that up with some of the initiatives from our area, just going to take us to another level, another step forward in providing community service.
I taught at Campbell for about 15 years, and one thing we've always encouraged students to do is internships, go beyond the walls of the university to really get into the local community. And especially in the case of Methodist University, you've got the new medical college that's going to be coming on in conjunction with the Cape Fear Valley. And so it is an initiative to connect students and the faculty with the community that it serves.
Yeah, absolutely. With our new medical school, part of their mission is serving the underserved populations in the rural parts of the Eastern region, right? And so kind of matching that up with the on-campus missions university with truth, virtue, love, and justice, right? It's really about pouring yourself out into the community, and it may not be in your discipline, right? You may have some passion with veterans because your parent was a veteran, or you may have some passion with individuals who may be unhoused, and so finding those pathways is what we're trying to do for our students to really engage and really be a part of society. How do you build a proper citizen?
Well, you can't do that. I've always said, even told my students that there's book learning and there's common sense and there's an education that you get just in terms of living life and talking with people who have the experience. There's one thing to be able to take the book and turn it into the written, some type of action. I think that's what we learn in college or even in high school. You learn how to take the written word and turn it into action. So a lot of things that you do ends up being OJT. And so the relationships that you develop for your students in the community sometimes has as great a value, if not more, than what you learn actually in the classroom. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I truly believe that, getting involved in your community and finding the things that are the learning that's outside of the classroom is just as beneficial as the things that you learn inside the classroom. It's how you become a well-rounded citizen in the communities that you end up living in post-graduation and as you further your career.
When you talk with students, Gavin, what message are you giving them in terms of saying this is important? You got to do this, because sometimes students just say, hey, I got an 8 o'clock class, I got lunch at so and so. But how do you encourage kids and young folks who are at the point where they're really making transitions into adulthood to say this part of it is just as important?
I try to get students to understand, like, at some point in life you had a mentor or somebody in your life that helped you get to this point, and that you want to sure you want to kind of get the students to understand that they had their mentors and those people that helped them get to where they are, and now they have the opportunity to kind of take on that role for someone else. But you have to get involved in the community to do those kind of things, and find those areas where you can kind of mentor, or you can be a big brother, big sister for somebody, and hopefully make an impact on someone younger than you, whether it's a grade school kid, a high school kid, something like that. So that you can kind of show them that, hey, somebody that looks like you, has a kind of similar background, has gone on to do some great things, and now you can do the same thing too.
Dr. Molloy, what's your take on that in terms of encouraging young folks on campus to say, hey, okay, I understand I got classes to take, but there's other things in life that will help me grow?
Yeah, when you're trying to work with young students and trying to get them to mature, you put in place of what's the biggest picture in life, right? And so you start from the end game, right? How would you like for your family? How would you like for your community to be? What does that look like in your space? And then you kind of bring it back down and say, these are the steps to get there. Now, through that process, we really tell them, hey, it's going to be some struggles. You're going to use some time management, but it's got to be something that's bigger than you and bigger than what you're just trying to do here in your studies. How are you going to take this biology degree? How are you going to take this MD degree and really change the world, change your community?
You make a good point, because they are just degrees. And I'm trying to think. I graduated from Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio, back in 1978. I can't remember the last time anyone asked me what my degree was in. You think about it.
Yeah.
And I'm an English major with special emphasis in radio and television broadcasting. Nobody cares about that. What they care about is, can you do the job that's presented in front of you? As an Army Ranger, nobody cared I was an English major. Can I shoot? Can I fight? Can I do? And so that's the concept. And so how do you go beyond what the books are saying and really understand people, I guess, and understand what we're all on this earth for the time that we're here. Yeah. Dr. King, not to steal a line or anything, but he said, if you're going to be a trash man, be the best trash man you can be. If you're going to be a teacher, be the best teacher you can be. Yeah. If you're going to be an underwater basket weaver like Kenny, be the best underwater basket weaver that you can be. And so I think that's the message that's important for us as we celebrate the King holiday, and as we move forward into this community to make sure our students get the training and the exposure that they need in order to make something out of their lives, because there are an awful lot of things pulling them a lot of different ways. So when you're dealing with students on campus, your message to them in terms of being involved in the community, it's pretty simple.
It's exposure, right? It's my message to them is dive into something that's bigger than you. Participate in something that's going to just change this local community, but also get ready to change your community back home. and to dive into as many initiatives and activities that we're producing that's going to do that.
And Gavin, how about for you in terms of where you are and where'd you? Because you mentioned going to Ann Chestnut.
Yes, sir.
And so everybody's educational thing starts somewhere, and then what was the turning point for you to say, "Hey, I got to do this to make this happen"?
Well, actually, I went to Fayetteville State University, and that's when it really hit me. Is I had some really good mentors while I was in undergrad, and they got me involved. I found Find a Friend through that, and I worked with them. I mentored through them while I was in undergrad, and then I was an orientation leader and a resident assistant on campus and things like that. So I kind of got into the world of serving at that point, and that's really what kind of got me into my career.
All right. Well, Dr. Malloy and Gavin Myrick, we appreciate you coming here. You know, Methodist University always sends us great guests, and we look forward to the conversations that we have with you. Trying to work out the same thing with Fayetteville State University as well, because it's a great community here. I know you have one more thing you want to make sure you want to drive home a point.
I do. On January the 26th, 11 a.m. Health Concert Hall, we are hosting our MLK Spring Speaker Series. We are bringing in the great-grandson of Dr. W.B. Du Bois to talk about his legacy and his journey through education, through activism, as a sociologist and as a civil rights leader. Mr. Jeffrey Peck, which is the great-grandson of W.B. Du Bois, will be in attendance with us. We are inviting some of our community members out to engage with us and our students, our student body, and we're just excited to have him in our building.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, and I'll make sure I get the press release on that, and we'll continue to acknowledge the fact that he's going to be here on that date.
Thank you.
All right. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC. We've got local weather right now with CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunson.
Today is going to be a chilly one. Cold air will filter in through the day with afternoon temperatures only in the low 40s, but it will feel like the 30s. Overnight, it will be clear and cold with a low of 21, and Friday will be mostly sunny and chilly with a high of 48. Temperatures will try to warm back up Saturday, but another cold front arrives Sunday, which will bring back cold air, a chance for rain, and possibly even snow. We'll, of course, keep you updated as the forecast develops. That's your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
Well, Rachel, right now we've got 37 degrees in Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, and also in Pembroke. You're listening to News Talk 640 with WFNC.
Del Hair Plumbing. Fast, friendly, reliable. Flush your troubles away. Del Hair Plumbing. Clogged drains? Call Del Hair Plumbing. Serving Fayetteville and surrounding areas. Fast and reliable. From leaks to water heater repairs. Flush your troubles away with Del Hair Plumbing today.